Hello and welcome to another Webcam Wednesday, one take videos which I can't do anything about the quality about because I haven't got time. Right, so now we know what that symbol is at the end of Alex's videos. It represents a blue rose, which represents a trying to achieve the impossible under difficult circumstances. And I quite like that idea. Now, there is a poem by Rudyard Kipling called Blue Roses, and it goes as follows. Roses red and roses white, plucked I for my love's delight. She would none of all my posies, bade me gather her blue roses. Half the world I wandered through, seeking where such flowers grew. Half the world unto my quest answered me with laugh and jest. Home I came at wintertide, but my silly love had died, seeking with her latest breath roses from the arms of death. It may be beyond the grave she shall find what she should have. Mine was but an idle quest, roses white and red are best. I once got given a bunch of flowers by a girlfriend. This is before I got married, obviously. And I didn't consider that particularly significant. It actually got delivered by Interflora. And I thought, oh, that's nice. And I put them in a vase and just sort of thought, well, yeah, good. Okay, that's nice of her. And shortly after that, we split up. And I got together with Liz, my current wife. Now, I didn't really think anything of that. But when I looked at, well, a few years later, I found a photograph of that, and it turned out that I could see all the flowers in it quite clearly and work out what was going on. And when I looked at that, I looked up a book on the language of flowers, and I found that actually what that was doing was declaring undying love for me. Now, if I go with that, or if I went with that, there I had gone along, committed myself to my wife and that sort of thing, built a life and that, and all really good stuff. But at the same time, there was someone out there who had apparently done that. However, what I actually think had happened was that there was just a random bunch of flowers stuck together by Interflora, or maybe, ordered by her, which actually didn't mean anything at all, because that doesn't actually represent anything like what our relationship was like, which was like very casual, basically. And as a result, I actually think that if I were to look into that, it would be, in a sense, pursuing a blue rose. And also pursuing a blue rose in the sense that it would be nothing. It's just in my imagination. It's a complete mirage, just an illusion. And also, I'm really, really happy with the person that I'm with now and with the life I've built around the whole thing, or we built around it. So that's all fine, and I don't have a problem with it. Now, talking about real blue roses, well, there are no real blue roses. About 20 years ago, there was a genetically engineered, I think it might be more recent than that actually, there was a genetically engineered so-called blue rose. And actually it was lilac. They were able to knock out all the genes that did the colour and introduce something like a gene from a rhododendron or something that made it lilac. But they advertised it as blue. And that's typical of the kind of illusory mirage that you get when you think about blue roses. The other way of doing it is to get a white rose, plant it in some ink or something that's blue, and then the capillaries in the rose will draw it up into the petals and it will become blue. There's also a Chinese legend about that, which is quite interesting, but I haven't got time to go into that now. So blue roses are basically an illusion. And my own language of flowers thing is an illusion too. It doesn't mean anything at all. And I'm going to stick with that and say that's the symbolism of blue roses. If you like this video, please rate, comment and subscribe. If you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow.